I've told briefly about your life story. I didn't tell them that the book will come out soon, but I told a few sentences, and I said that we ask you to talk a little bit about education in the Buddhist perspective. Thank you very much.
Truly, I am very, very happy to meet you, and of course, I can see some of my old friends, which makes me very, very happy. Thank you so much coming, and I think I'm supposed to talk about can we cultivate compassion and generosity in the society where there's a huge competition and driven society. So this is, I think, the topic which was given to me, and I'm not so prepared. Normally I don't prepare so much, because if I prepare, then it becomes a little bit like artificial, and I just talk spontaneously, which is much better. So in this way, please don't expect really a beautiful, well-structured, well-spoken lecture. Don't expect like this. It's a bit from everywhere, and then put it together. So maybe I will have not enough information to talk about 1 hour. So we will see. I enjoy more of the questions. I really enjoy. If you ask more questions, then I will enjoy more. And maybe I have a good answer, maybe I have a hopeless answer, maybe I don't have any answer, but anyhow. And then if I don't have any answer, any of you can help me to give answer. So I'm quite flexible, and so this is more interesting for me. And then I also learn, I also learn a lot. If I have to vomit what I know, then I don't learn so much. So my main purpose of coming here is also to learn. Yeah. And so now topic is quite big. Can we cultivate compassion and generosity in a society where there's a huge competition and driven by busy lives, or driven by competition, or driven by like say totally structured sort of curriculums. I think this is the meaning. But then what I experience, is that I'm handling quite a number of charity projects. And then these charity projects, maybe you can say roughly about 17 charity projects. And all these are supported from the West and from Israel also. So then where is this generosity coming from? And where is this compassion coming from? So as if, according to the topic, and then here no existence of compassion. It's not true. This is not true. Almost no existence of generosity. That is not true, you see. So many people are so generous, and they have given so much help, and financially, and with the skill, and with the knowledge, and with the time, and visiting, and supporting, and then like in many fields, you see. So in this way, of course, there are quite a number of people who have no generosity or no compassion, but there are also quite a huge number of people who has a lot of generosity and compassion. So these people are coming from the society which has a lot of competition, and even with the competition and structured curriculum. So I'm not sort of like saying that the existing education system is very bad. I'm not saying it this way. So itself has so much benefit, so much knowledge. But then we need to add little bit, especially from the Buddhist perspective. It is not necessarily to be compassion, and not necessarily to be generosity, But I think there are certain things which I think can be added so that the life of that person will be more relaxed, more happy, and more friendly, more non-violent peace. And then on top of this, and then generosity and compassion, and then loving kindness, and then unconditional love, and then wisdom, and all this, There are so many things to add, you see. So now, my way of thinking to bring up a child is like this. I say, we teach language, we teach language, and we teach mathematics, science, social studies, geography, and so on. We teach, I consider these are like a tool. These are like a tool, These are like tool. And now we are giving this tool to our children. And now they are there to use this tool. Whether this tool will be used in a very destructive way, or in a constructive way, or in a compassionate way, or in a wise way, or in a stupid way. Mathematics is mathematics, So whether this will be used in a very, very beautiful, meaningful way, or this will be used in a very ugly, dirty, violent way. So now, up to now, in the education system, we didn't pay so much attention to make to make them learn all this modern subject. We put a lot of effort, almost like now enough. But we didn't put effort to make the quality of the human being better. I think that is maybe, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't do any sort of research. Maybe this is a little bit lacking. So we give the tool, and we also have to give a mental training so that this tool will be used in the best way. For the benefit of one's own self, first thing, and for the benefit of these around neighbors or family, and then as a whole world. If we educate them, if we give education, both together, I think then it will be like we are bringing up a child in a whole, as a whole, you see, not in one part, When I see, I think I might have talked before. When I see this torture equipment, handcuffs, and then also electric shocks, and these are built by a very educated scientist, So if that person has a compassion, if that person has a wisdom, I don't think they will build like this, you see. And then even these tools are in the hand. If someone is really compassionate and wise, I think they will not use this. Because by using this, the problem will never be solved, you see. Violence will never solve the problem. And then also this is very ugly, using a tool which was made by a human being and then using it to another human being. Why is it so ugly? Because we all wanted to be happy and we all don't want to suffer. We all wanted to be happy. There's no one who says, I really wanted to suffer. I need the mountains of suffering. No one will say. I really wanted to be happy and I really wanted to be the happiest person on this planet. Everyone is wishing that this. So based on this, we have to design the education. Based on this, we have to design the education. I think so. Yeah. So we all are longing for happiness, The happiness which is achieved from the material things, yes, we developed a lot. We have enough, you see. So many things. And now these days, like this, all this modern sort of equipment like iPhone and all these are, in one way it is giving a lot of service, in another way it is also wasting quite a lot of precious time. But that I don't explain. But now we need to think that material development is now highly developed, and how much happiness it gave to us. Are we just totally 100% happy with the material development? Okay, having many cars or mobile phones or iPads or computers or whatever. Okay, if you have all this money and house and everything, you have all these things, are you really sure that you will be very happy? I think I saw many people having so many things, but they are planning to commit suicide. Truly speaking, I saw many. So that means this education is not enough. Why? Because we really want to be happy and we don't want to suffer. That means this is one factor which makes us happy and reduces our suffering. But then this alone is not enough. Therefore, I think the development of spiritual practice like compassion, generosity and wisdom are very, very crucial. Very crucial. If with this modern education, if we have all the compassion and loving kindness and the wisdom all together, if we have this in one person, I think that person will be very, very useful. Very useful for everybody. And I think that person will be very happy, herself or himself. And that person will be a person to whom everybody can trust. A good human being. So now, maybe I'm putting some examples very often, you see. So these days, okay, when we are traveling, there's quite a lot of scary things happening. For example, in the airport, we go to the airport, we immigrate, okay, and they check all our luggage in X-ray, and they search everything, okay, everything, and then they ask question, and sometimes we have to put on our shoe and put it on the tray and watch and everything in the tray, and then it is to, and then we go on the other side, and they say, please don't attend any unattended baggage. Report to the police security. And then we feel very insecure, you see. Oh, this is just there. Okay, maybe this is dangerous. Shall I report or not? And what is lacking there? I think it is due to lack of compassion and wisdom. If everybody is really, really compassionate and wise, and then I think we can just say that we can go anywhere, we can stay anywhere, and we can really trust, you see. No one will betray you, no one will kill you, no one will commit any sort of mistakes. So in this way now, frame, okay, is that, of course I'm really tiny human being, to speak like these big things is not so relevant, but I have to say like this is what is coming in me. I think you got it, isn't it? So in the education system, up to now, we have been focused on so much on the material development, outer development, and including the health, okay? We did a lot, okay? More than enough. We spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of energy and everything, okay? Now we did a lot, very good, excellent. And then, but we ignored one part of the human being, that is inner growth, okay? Inner development we ignore. So what is the inner growth? Inner growth is we have to build a human feeling towards each other. That is, what is this human feeling? What is this human feeling? This doesn't need any sort of religion, you see. The human feeling is that we all wanted to be happy and we don't want to suffer. If we really wanted to be happy and if we don't want to suffer, then what do we have to do? What do we have to do? It's very simple. In one way, it's quite simple, you see. Say, if someone harms you, and we feel unhappy. Yeah? If someone harms me, I feel very unhappy. And then we have to use common sense. Okay, someone harmed me and that made me so unhappy. So now I will learn that I will not harm anybody. Because he will also suffer in the same way I suffered. Based on this, okay. And then if someone helps, okay, very nicely, with a good motivation, someone helps, oh, we become very happy. We have to say, thank you, Dada Rabbi. Thank you. Become very happy. And then from there, you have to learn that, okay, I really want to do the same. And others will be very happy. Others, this is very simple, you see. And you try to help, and try not to harm. If harm, it brings suffering, problem. If you try to help in the same way as I was happy, and then others will be happy. I think in this way, if we survive or if we live on this planet, not harming anybody and try to help others. Why? Because everybody wanted to be happy. Therefore, we should help others. And everybody don't want to suffer. Therefore, we should not harm anybody. According to my experience, it is like this. I don't want to harm because if someone harms me, I'm very unhappy. I suffer. So therefore, I don't want to harm any other person. I really feel very happy if someone helps me. So I will try to help others as much as I can so that others will be happy. If we all go on trying this, it's not so complicated, but it is quite a good basic things, you see. So then if you just explain a little bit more about this. So try not to harm. Okay, I will not hit. But is there any more I can do? Okay, and not to harm. What do I have to do? Not to harm, what do I have to do? And try to help, what do I have to do? Practically. Of course we can do meditation. Okay? But then practically what can I do? So then there are, I think, normally we say that 10 non-virtuous action, like killing or stealing or committing sexual miscontacts and then telling lie and harsh words and divisive talks and then intention of harming the human being and then just cultivating a strong attachment to the things which others belongs and all these things, okay. Then we have to think these things. We have to think, okay, if I do all these 10 non-virtuous actions, that means I'm harming others. Okay? And then if I do abandon all these things, and then out of compassion, if you do try to help, and then, yes, I'm trying to help others, to make others happy. So this is the base, okay, this is the base. And before I talk about compassion and generosity, and this has to be the base, okay. If I ask, okay, what is the meaning of good human being? How can you define that someone is a good human being? And then we don't go too complicated philosophical answers, okay? Just simply say that the person who maintains a really good quality of morality based on not harming others and based on helping others. And that person is, we can say that this person is a good human being. Of course, you know that in India and also in Nepal, of course, my experience is more in India and Nepal. There are so many things like, say, I think now it is quite fresh, these big sort of sex scandals, you see. Where is this coming from, you see? And it becomes so terrible, okay? It was so terrible. It's unbelievable, you see. these are, if we maintain the 10 virtuous action, this will not happen. Because sexual misconduct is not allowed, and that means it harms others, you see. It harms one person as well as it harms indirectly many other persons. And then all this, like you might have heard that all these scandals of like trafficking young girls. Oh, if we maintain this 10 virtuous action, I think this all will be not happen. See? So these are the basic things, basic, really important. If you really wanted to create a world, a really harmonious, friendly, happy atmosphere, and these are the qualities we need to develop wherever we, whatever religion we follow, that doesn't matter. These are we really need to maintain. Okay? And this, I think we need to educate when our children are very young. We have to educate. They will learn science and mathematics, all these things. And on top of this, we have to educate them slowly, in a very small example, with a small example. And then you yourself have to maintain this, you see. You have to be a good example to the children. Either your teacher or your parents or your brother, elder sister, but you have to show good example. Talking, just simply talking is not enough. Everybody can talk. Everybody can talk. Talking is easy. Really, really practice in a living way is something very valuable. So now, this is I think the foundation of the foundation which we can insert into the current system education if possible. If not, you have to just apply in your daily life in the family. Yes, just if it is possible to insert into the curriculum, school curriculum, whatever, it's good, very good. If not, just apply in your daily life, in your family. If you agree with this, In Belgium, they asked a very tricky question to me. It was in a big school, it's a Christian school. And it was big school. We have a project which is raising money for the water project in Nepal. So they did whole day program. And then at the end, and then everybody has a chance to ask question to me. And then last question was, it was a little bit tricky question. They asked, it was deliberately asked this question, planned, but I didn't know that was planned. I didn't know. They asked, now you give a lot of inspiration to so many students, youngsters. You give a lot of inspiration. So now they are really, really inspired, by a Buddhist monk coming in Belgium. You're really inspired, And if a boy, all of a sudden a boy comes, now you really inspired me, and I really wanted to be a Buddhist monk, Tibetan Buddhist monk. Will you be very, very happy? They asked this question. And then I have my own normal answer, really normal answer, I said, I don't know. I really don't know. But instead of this, that boy comes to me, say that you inspired me. I really wanted to be a good human being. And then I will be very, very happy, I said. If I said, I will be very happy if they wanted to be a Buddhist monk, then I think that will be not a very good answer in that sort of society. But luckily I answered in this way. I truly believe in this. I truly believe. Monk is certain group of people, you see. But good human being is needed for everywhere. Everywhere, you see. Yeah. Whatever, Christian or Muslim or Hinduism, Buddhist, whatever, even non-believers, they need a good human being. This is much more important, okay? Much more important. Therefore, to be a good human being, I think the best technique to be a good human being is to abandon all the 10 non-virtuous action and try to maintain 10 virtuous action. And that will make you a good human being, and then by practicing this all life, you will feel so happy inside, peaceful inside. You don't have any guilty feeling. And if you meet anybody, you have no hesitation to talk, share. You will be really totally free. You will feel the freedom. Because you didn't imprison yourself in the problem. You didn't imprison yourself in the problem. You came out of the prison. Of course, if I say like this, you might say, I don't know, he's a little bit exaggerating. Maybe you think that it really makes a life so happy and peaceful and harmony. And easy to deal any type of human being. Just approach as a human being. Nothing high, nothing low, you see. I don't know whether this is useful or not. You can ask some questions afterwards. And now, possibility of cultivating compassion and generosity. I will say, yes, it is possible. I will say, yes, even in a very competitive society or society. I talked a very funny talk in a big company in Netherlands. It's a high-tech company. All are really very, very high-tech. I don't know. How high, I don't know. Maybe higher than Mount Everest, I don't know. They are really very, very skilled, okay. Oh, very good, okay. And all are very serious. In the beginning, all were very, very serious. Then I was not so happy. They are all very serious. Then it's so difficult. It's so difficult. It's so bad. You see? We have so many nice things to share. We have nice face to smile, nice tongues to use, nice words, and a very good heart to say something nice things. You see, why we have to be so serious? Like this. And then I did something terrible things, you see. And then I was successful to make them laugh, you see. As soon as everybody laughed, and then we become normal human being. Yes. And I did, no, I don't tell. It's okay. So, I was really capable of bringing them to the normal life. Isn't it? We all make mistakes. We all do so many funny things, and we are not filled with all the good qualities, you see. We all have good quality also, and bad quality also. We do funny things, we do stupid things, we do also wise things, you see. Why we have to be so artificial, almost like perfect person on this planet? No. So if you really wanted to learn something, you have to be on the ground on the base of human being. Just, I'm neither more nor less. I'm just simply a human being. And then I'm just among a human being, same as me. Okay? And then if you really get a very good feeling of that everyone is human being, and I'm also human being, and I'm talking with another human being, and they're also talking to me as a human being. Neither one is high, one is low. So we are on the same level. And then you will get some sort of feeling, that friendly feeling, okay, friendly feeling. Oh, we are human beings. Same as if I meet a Tibetan in airport. Where are you from? I'm Tibetan. And then I feel a little bit closer, isn't it? Oh, are you Tibetan? And I'm also Tibetan. In the same way, this is a little bit like a bias. Instead, if we feel like we all are human beings, and that is much better. And then we don't have any boundaries. See, oh, you are a human being. So, yes, I also want to be happy, and you don't want to suffer. So then it's really common, you see. And then very easy to talk, easy to share, easy to educate each other. Even in the classroom, you see, in the classroom. My problem is, there are so many problems to me, you see. I really wanted to be a good teacher, okay. I really wanted to be a very, very good teacher, but then I really don't like to be trained by any other teacher. How stubborn I was, you see. I really don't want to be trained by any other teacher, but I really want to be a very, very good teacher, you see. How is this possible, you see? And I'm never trained as a teacher, you see. I'm never trained as a teacher, but I train many teachers. Why? Because I see that, he has also intelligence, he has potential, he has a potential. I think everyone has potential, okay, same. Yes, if we come together, I think we can make a miracle, you see. I have this sort of feeling. I don't, he is not so learned, he is coming from village, has no potential. I am learned, and I am geshe, and I don't feel in this way, you see. So, if someone is educated, and then we really have to lower down to reach to the heart of the children and heart of the parents, and then I think the flow of our knowledge will go very well. Okay? If there's a superiority and an inferiority, and then it blocks. You see, you see. Okay, so now these are basic things which I told. Of course, in principle, I say that compassion is possible to cultivate in the driven society, in a peace society and competitive society. And now one thing is that now we are getting some sort of everyone is becoming so overloaded, either by your job or but from different reasons, you see. We started getting a little bit tired, and in Sweden I was talking with a group of nurses, and one of the nurses stood up and said that now I can't stand as a nurse. And why? I said, why? Oh, there are so many things unnecessarily I have to memorize. And then she took, when I have to open the main gate, I have to remember another number. When I go to the place where I take medicine, I have to remember another number, and I have to remember my car. So then she was, I can't do like this. Okay, I am not possible to do this. Okay, so she was really crying. So now my main point is we developed a lot. Material development a lot, okay? So now it is you who will decide whether you really need all these things or not. You really have to think very carefully. Driven. Who has driven? You yourself has driven into this problem, or into this competition, you see. If someone has a good house, now we have to have good house. Because we are same age and same job, and now they have a good house, we have to also have. Why? If they have good house, okay, enjoy. Okay, you have a very good house. Then you can have another sort of house which is maybe not better. Why have to? So we make ourselves in a problem, you see. It is not the system, education system, which makes us problem, but we enter into problem by ourselves. Of course, we have to achieve some doctorate degrees or professors, whatever, and that is okay. But then, why we have to compare with others? By comparing others, and then the feeling of competitive is grows, and then this makes us what is this called? Jealousy. Jealousy, and this jealousy makes your life very difficult. You see, sometimes you will not fall asleep because of the jealousy. What is the point? So, don't blame on the education system, But train yourself to not enter into this competition, you see. Of course, you might have to enter an interview for teacher's job or doctor's job, but you just enter, you just reply. Don't compare with others, you see. It is your comparing, you see. So there are certain things you can limit, you see, competitive. And through this, how can we do this? Because if we have good human feeling to each other, and then competition will be less. But he also like to be happy, and I also like to be happy. And he also want to achieve this job, and I also want to achieve this job. Now where's the difference? If he wins, okay, he has more skill. And then just say, congratulations. Instead of, actually I was much better than him, but I think there's something happened, and making so much problem. Yeah. So if you go in these types of life, and then I think instead of developing strong sense of competition, I think you will be able to develop a good human feeling. Good human feeling, okay? Without competition, you do your best, okay? You do in your own best. Okay? Is it clear? Yeah. So, of course, you will ask many questions there, so I'm waiting to answer this question. And and now you will say, competition in a society which has so much competition, and you said that cultivation of compassion is possible. How? How it is possible? How it is possible? You will say, as I explained in the basic, to build the basic human good qualities, the base is what? I really wanted to be happy, and I don't want to suffer. So everybody don't want to suffer, and everybody really wanted to be happy. Then I think there is a ground to cultivate compassion. Why? Because everyone don't want to suffer. Everyone really wanted to be free from suffering. And then this is the area where, if this is the reality, if you understand this, if this comes that it's so true to you, and you try to motivate yourself to minimize or reduce the sufferings of any people you meet, okay? In the field of food, in the field of clothes, in the field of education, in the field of shelter, in the field of medicine, or in the field of friendship, so many people are missing friends, you see. So just try to help, so that their problem will be reduced. And that is the function of the compassion. I don't know, there are so many people who are doing meditation on compassion, but when all of a sudden, when I ask, what is the definition of compassion? They don't know. The compassion means a strong wish to reduce the suffering and source of suffering of every sentient being. Every sentient being. Why? Because every sentient being don't like to suffer. And this doesn't need any religion, you see. And if you want, on top of if you want to cultivate loving kindness, and then you said that everyone wanted to be happy, so I will really try to help them. And the others will be happy. The intention of helping others to achieve more happiness for others, and that is a loving kindness or unconditional love. I think this doesn't need sort of like a very complicated philosophical things. It's just based on this. Just don't dream, okay? Okay, when you grow a little bit higher, and then there will be some other complications, but you will be able to solve by yourself. You don't have to go somewhere to do or solve all the things. You will develop yourself. So in this way, I will say that education system is very competitive, and society is driven with the competition. But still, I say it is possible to cultivate compassion. Why? Because basically we all are looking for happiness and don't want to suffer. Based on this, and then compassion is possible, because if we try to intend to help others reduce the suffering, we are started doing meditation on compassion, or we are started cultivating compassion. And if we just try to make everybody happy without differentiating others happy, and we are cultivating unconditional love. And then this is so important, so precious for every one of us. And this should be our living principle, ethics. Okay, living principle means ethics. In the higher level. Lower level, the 10 virtues action will be the living ethics. And if you go a little bit higher, and compassion, loving kindness will be your living ethics, you see, living principle. So this, I think this can be educated in the school, and also this can be educated mostly, I think I would say, in the family. This year we had a family workshop. Of course, I made quite a lot of mistakes. Maybe next time, that I think I will be a little better, because I really wanted to help. See, just with this intention. Okay, I already made few notes, what mistake I made, what good point I did. So I wrote all the notes, you see. I have all the notes. Next time, if they ask me to come, maybe if this year my workshop was totally failure, maybe they will not invite. But if they invite, yes, I will be a little bit better, you see. Because this is the way I have to improve my skill. By improving my skill to help others, it will give a lot of energy to me. This will not eat my energy, okay? This will give a lot of energy for me. More we will be able to do for others, I think this will not make you completely exhausted. You see. More you do for others, you will get a lot of energy back. Yeah? In this way, compassion is possible. And then when the compassion is possible, generosity is definitely possible, 100% possible. The most difficult is the compassion. And then when the compassion is possible, the generosity and all the other 6 perfections are definitely possible. Why? Because Buddha himself told us that if you try to cultivate compassion, and you can think that all the Buddha's teachings are in the hands of you. You see? Therefore, compassion will drive you. Compassion will never make you to take rest. Okay? Compassion will never allow you to take rest. Instead, compassion will ask you to do this and do this and do this. Solve this problem, do this, do this. More you do, you will be very, very happy. And this is based on human feeling, okay? Human feeling. Whether it's a Tibetan, or a Jewish, or European, or American, or Indian, it doesn't matter, okay? It's based on human feeling. Happiness wanted to be achieved. Don't want to suffer anybody, okay? With this, I think, I don't want to say so much. Maybe I'm killing all your time, wasting your time. I feel a bit ashamed. So, but I'm here, so I have to say something. Otherwise, people will want more. Now, according to my experience, okay, according to my experience, one thing is I was born in Tibet, and I escaped to Nepal, and I encountered I really had a very, very difficult childhood. From the age to 10, 11, 13, I faced a lot of problems. Unbelievable sort of problem. I had a very difficult childhood. And of course then I was put in a good school, and I finished schooling, and then I went to monastery to study Buddhist philosophy. And then after finishing, okay, then I received so many refugee children have left, leaving their parents inside Tibet, and they just escaped to Dharamsala with thousands of children. I cared about, at one time I cared about 2,500 children. And then there's no, just please think on this, okay. There's no way I can enjoy. There's no way I can enjoy, because unless I don't succeed to make them a little bit happy, there's no way I can enjoy by myself. So then I have to make them happy, and then I really have to produce a good mothers, you see. Every home has about 25 children, and now they are in our hand. Their parents are inside Tibet. They are in our hand, you see. Everything, just clothes and food and everything is now in our hand. And then there's no way I can take rest, you see. Unless I make sure that they have a good home mother, really kind-hearted home mother, clever home mother, and they get a good food and good bed and good clothes and everything. So in this way, my little bit of practice, what I'm doing today, is because of them. You see, they have been my best teacher in my life. They really give me so much so much energy, strength to be able to do. And so I really say thank you for them. Yes. I think maybe there's a connection, isn't it? Okay? Yeah, there's a connection. How you feel, how you take the responsibility, and then how it makes us to grow. We are thinking that we give everything to the children, and then we are left empty. No. More we help the poor people, more we gain energy, more we will be happy. Actually, we really should say thank you to these poor people, which makes us to cultivate compassion and makes us to cultivate generosity. Teachers are everywhere. These beggars, very poor people, are really our teachers. So in this way, compassion is possible, okay? In a high level, and the high people also have a lot of problem, okay? And now I don't talk. Our category also has quite a lot of problem, isn't it? Our category, I think. And then lower than our category, yes, many problems. Yes. So compassion is possible to cultivate anywhere. Anywhere. You don't need to go in the forest. You don't need to go to somewhere very quiet. No. Many of my friends, they are saying, I need a really quiet, nice place where I can do meditation. Oh! This meditation. So, just think, okay? Disconnecting from the human being, disconnecting from the sentient being, yeah, okay? Cultivation of compassion is possible everywhere, okay? If you use your intelligence, potential wisely, it's possible everywhere. Whether you are busy or not, you have to make your time. So thank you. And maybe some question. Shall we bring a question? Okay.
One question or two now, and then we take it.
Then we break. Okay. So 1 or 2 questions. Please don't ask difficult questions.
So Ganga, maybe we start with some ideas or questions with the teachers.
Yeah. So please, yeah.
Or the general public, it's the same. No problem.
There is a mic here.
So basic and so simple and trivial. How come the government and our leaders are so far from this? Can you explain?
I think I will explain a little bit in a different way. So, of course, there's a negative side also, and there's quite a big positive side also. I think you are really safe. You are really safe here. You see, if the government is not doing nicely, I think I saw some helicopters rounding almost all night like this, you see. And then I think this is I think mainly to protect you. And you are surrounded, okay, you are surrounded by quite a lot of people. So you can sleep nicely because of the government. No? I'm answering on the...
They have no compassion at all.
Oh, I see. So then I think they have I think if I say like they have a good compassion towards their public, no. You will say no. I see. Okay, then... Actually I say, now we try to analyze more. Okay, we analyze more. So now what is the government? Okay, what is the government? And so now okay, we can say the Prime Minister or whatever, Prime Minister. Okay, and then why didn't Prime Minister practice compassion? Why didn't he practice wisdom? Why didn't he practice all these 10 virtuous actions and all these things? So then I will ask, okay, if you are in the position of the Prime Minister, and then what will happen? What will happen, okay? Now I'm just going from the practical sort of step, you see, practical step. Of course I can say, yeah, they are very bad people, and they're finished. But then, maybe they didn't get education, you see. Now we are on the process of educating our youngsters to be more compassionate or more generous. And now that they are in the top, they are not so compassionate. And then just recently we visited one of the Arab village, and so we saw that it was not so compassionate, you see. And so that was, we can say this is a mistake, that we have a Prime Minister who has not so much compassion. Now we have to educate our children so that after 10, 12 years or maybe after 20 years, then we will expect a nice Prime Minister having a lot of compassion and a lot of wisdom. But then, in case of us, we have been practicing compassion, you see. We have been practicing compassion. And we were studying Buddhism. We have whole energy, money, everything we spent for the Buddhism. But then we lost our country. And we suffered a lot. Really, we suffered tremendously. When this person is a pleasant person, he said Mao Zedong was good, I was not so happy, you see. Because he really did a very bad thing to us. But still, of course, we say that Mao Zedong is not one who is our enemy, but the mind which Mao Zedong has is our enemy, we say. But still, it was difficult, you see. So, and we are just studying to produce a good leaders in future. First, we have to try to produce a good family leaders, and then like a small community leader, and then municipality leaders or whatever. And then maybe, hopefully after maybe many years, if we go on trying, yes, and then we will have a very compassionate Prime Minister. But we Tibetans respect His Holiness Dalai Lama. And we really trust him, okay? We all really trust him, okay? Maybe there are few Tibetans maybe not trusting so much, but we all trust him. And we 100% trust him. Why? Because he has compassion and wisdom, and he will never deceive us, betray us, never mislead us. So according to his capacity, he will lead us in the best way. And this way, like this sort of leader, maybe in future. So I don't have concrete answer, but yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yes?
Can you speak a little bit about the ways you practice to teach students, youngsters, family, households to be more compassionate? What are the practices, ways, methods used in your school?
Now.
That's what we are here for.
Yes, but then you are adding so many methods and practices and all, okay. And then all I have to finish today, which is quite next to impossible. So, the first step is, I think first step is that you have to be nice. If you want to teach your student to be compassionate or like all these things, first you have to be very nice. If you are really nice, okay, you are really, really nice, and then 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, then children will feel. Really, they feel, you see. And then I think even your technique is not so good, but it will work, you see. Because you do, you speak, you talk, you think, and everything transmits to the children. Even you don't teach so hard, but they follow, you see. So that is the best technique. According to my belief, okay, that is the best technique. So first thing is, you have to be really, if you want to teach compassion, you really need to be compassionate human being. Practically. And they will see, they will hear, they will think. And that makes big differences. It is so valuable than speaking 100 words. Okay, that is one of the most... and then by having this sort of skill, compassion, then the techniques will be developed automatically. Okay, now still you are not convinced. I can see from your face.
So, I think, like...
Yeah. I think I talked a little bit about the technique, you see. So, if constantly you have to ask to the children. I do ask these children to the children. Constantly I ask, do you like to be happy? They say, yes. Okay. Do you like to have some experience of suffering? No. And why? Okay. And then you can say that, do you sometimes give some problem to other children? Yes. And how do you feel about this? Yes. How do you feel about this? And did you ever help any of the children? Yes, I helped my own friend. No. Friend, everybody helps each other. But other than friend, did you help? Yes. How did you feel? Good or bad? They will explain many things, you see. And then, why did you help? So, our education system sometimes, okay, in India, sometimes it's like, we have, me as a teacher, okay, I have education. Okay, now the children have no education. So now I'm giving my education, putting my education in the children. This is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, in certain area we have to dig, we have to take from the children. They have everything, okay, they have everything. But we have to be very skillful to ask questions. Okay, skillful to ask questions, and then slowly they will answer. If they can't answer today, wait, next day they will answer, you see. Many answer. Okay. I'm more on the philosophy of Socrates, Greek philosopher. Like I like his idea quite a lot. Not 100%, but quite a lot. And I was teaching mathematics based on his philosophy. I was teaching. It is really true. And they learn much more. Then do this and do this and this and this and this. If you ask questions, they will learn much more. Now, so these are the techniques. Okay. I think I did a little bit shortcut. I think it's enough. Okay, please. Yes.
Maybe last question now, and then last one now. Then we take the break, and after we have more time.
I'm wondering about your opinion about the equilibrium in educating youngsters between
very good.
discipline
Yeah.
and compassion.
Discipline, I think we don't bring today, but having equilibrium or balanced, okay, we say balanced, we need to have a modern education as we are having today. This we need, okay? And on these are, I think I talked that these are like tools, you see? And then on top of this, if we make that person a good human being, and then this tool or the education, whatever, okay, and this will be used in a wise way, which will benefit for so many other sentient beings. And then one's own self. To balance means enough modern education like mathematics, science, and all this, technology, everything, whatever, okay? But then try to build this human being on the same level as a good human being. And then this together will lead that person as a good human being to make quite a big contribution, good contribution to the rest of the world. Yeah. We should not ignore modern technologies or modern all this development, and we have been ignored the moralities and all this compassion up to now. Now we have to take this and try to practice, okay? And then I think now this is enough.